Hi my loves, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday, although this video won't be going up on a Monday, but I hope you're having a fantastic day no matter what day of the week it is. Today is an unplanned video, so you can probably see by my appearance. I usually try and dress up a little bit for YouTube and I look very cash today. It was the video you guys requested over the weekend. We were snowed in here in Ireland, so I couldn't do the video at the weekend, and I ran out this morning to pick up a product that you guys wanted me to test out, and I have it right here in front of me. The product you guys wanted me to test out today is the Penneys My Perfect Colour Longwear Ultimate Matte Foundation. A lot of you guys had said to me that I need to try this foundation out. It's only €6 a bottle. I needed to put it to the test, do a wear test on it, and compare it to my infamous Holy Grail Estee Lauder Double Wear. I'm going to just talk about this foundation first. I've done reviews on Estee Lauder Double Wear in depth over the years. I have a new one, like a Longwear wear test and why it's my Holy Grail, coming up soon, but I'm going to focus mostly on these foundations today and talk about them. And if we have found a dupe for the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I mean, how bomb would that be? And now you notice I have two shades. Hello, I have no idea what colour I am right now. I'm wearing self tan and I'm between probably both. The shade range from this foundation is pretty poor. I think there's only 4 colours in the range, maybe 5. There was only 4 in my local Penneys, so they do not cater for a whole lot of skin tones. This is the deepest shade that they have, and as you can see, it's quite like my self tan, and I would normally be like an NC 35 to 37 in MAC. I hope they bring out more shades if this is a good foundation. There is 32 mils in this bottle, which is pretty good. I think Estee Lauder has 1 fluid ounce, 30 mils. There aren't huge claims on this foundation. I will read the claims off the bottle. There's nowhere else to say any claims about this foundation other than it is Longwear Ultimate Matte Foundation, double coverage, matte finish, oil free, and there's an SPF of 15 in it. This will probably cause flashback. If you guys have been watching for a long time, you'll know that Estee Lauder Double Wear is my ride or die. There is nothing that compares to it. I still haven't found anything on the market that I like as much. So if this foundation works well and it's only €6, we will be just Delira. This foundation review is going to be a little bit different to my other ones. Usually what I will do is, oh, but itchy nose. Usually what I would do with the foundation is I will apply one half to a primed face and I will use a beauty sponge, and then the other half will be unprimed and I'll use a brush, or vice versa, brush, sponge, whichever. And I will wear the foundation throughout the day, check in multiple times just to see the wear test. Whereas this foundation is going to be tested against the Estee Lauder, so one half will be this foundation, the other half will be the Estee Lauder. And what I will do is I will do what I would normally do with my Estee Lauder Double Wear, like, which is prime my face, use the same concealer, same setting powders, and just see how the performance of the Penneys or Primark foundation compares to Estee Lauder. I hope that makes sense. And I usually apply Estee Lauder with a brush first, and then I will go over it with the beauty blender just to kind of make it a little bit more airbrush looking on my skin. I'm going to prime my face first. I'm taking my Professional from Benefit and I'm just going to apply that to my T-zone area. All I have is moisturizer on my skin right now, and now I have primer. I'm getting my hair done on Friday, my roots. I so can't wait. My hair has grown so quickly. I only got it cut like in January. So let's start by applying the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Oh god, too much. Ugh. I'm applying it with my Sigma F80 brush, the one I always use. So I'm just going to apply this to this side of my face. And it's just incredibly full coverage. There is nothing I hate about this foundation, honestly, other than the flashback when you're on nights out. But if you bronze up your face properly, or you can mix in another foundation, you will avoid that. So that's just one layer of the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and like, look at the coverage we get from it. It's just amazeballs. So I'm just going to go over my problematic areas, being my cheeks, a little bit on my chin, and just kind of in between my brows. They're kind of my areas of major concern. I don't really need any more coverage anywhere else. It's just so super full coverage. If I haven't already mentioned, I'm the shade Wheat in the Estee Lauder Double Wear. So let's try the Penneys foundation now, because that's what we're all here for, to see what this is like. I have the shade Nude Beige and Toffee. I don't know which one's going to match. Nude Beige looked a little bit too light. It matches like my skin now, but obviously I'm trying to match my tan, and then toffee looks a little bit on the dark side. I also noticed that nude beige is a little bit pink, doesn't have a scent. Packaging of it's not my favourite, it's a bit messy because obviously you have to pour it out just like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, but sure, look, we'll see how we get on. I'm going to apply toffee to the back of my hand. Oh, maybe we might get away with it, I don't know. I'll apply toffee first, and then if I need to go in with the lighter shade I will do. So I'm taking my flat top brush again, and I just kind of cleaned it off there in a towel as best as I could to remove any remnant of any of the Estee Lauder, and let's apply it. Pretty full coverage, guys. I can see why people are comparing this to Estee Lauder. It's quite similar in performance, like it's like going on my skin exactly the same. Feel like the undertone of this foundation is slightly more yellow than the Estee Lauder Double Wear, which the Estee Lauder Double Wear is more neutral, but I do have a neutral shade because I'm in the shade Wheat, which is a 3N2, which is 3 neutral. So this one is a little bit warmer. Coverage of this foundation is impeccable, guys. I'm actually really pleasantly surprised. I was not expecting to be impressed with the coverage at all. I was expecting it to be like really difficult to build up and that you needed to use lots of product, but I'm not finding that the case at all. I've used a tiny amount and I've gotten so much full coverage, and it looks pretty decent on my skin. There's not a whole lot of difference between the Estee Lauder and this side, obviously the shade kind of being the most evident thing on camera, but look, it's not as if I'm gonna go out with foundation like this every day. Okay guys, I'm pretty shook and definitely impressed so far. The way that the foundation performed went on my skin. I was not expecting this, honestly. I really wasn't for a €6 foundation. I mean, when people said, oh, it's like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, I was like, yeah, right, yeah, as if that could happen. Now, we haven't worn it for too long. It is currently like 10 to 2. I'm sorry, it's really late in the day, but it's just I had to run out and get this, obviously, and that's what delayed me. But I'm gonna try and wear it for at least 10 hours and compare side by side. Initially, I'm pretty impressed. Like, I think that this foundation is extremely decent for the price. I wish there was more shades so that more people could enjoy it so far, because if it looks like junk in the next 2 hours, you will hear all about it from me. If someone blindfolded me and applied both these foundations to my face and asked me to pick out the Estee Lauder one, other than the shade, I don't think I could distinguish between either of them on my face at first appearance. So this side is the pennies and this side is Estee Lauder Double Wear. Honestly, I can't notice any difference. I'm looking in the viewfinder right now and both sides look great. They look amazing. The penny side is a tiny bit more dewy. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but you can kind of just see a little bit here. It is a little bit more dewy on the skin, whereas Estee Lauder is definitely much more matte. Once you set it with a powder, you're not really going to notice much of a difference. Okay, there's nothing more I can say at this stage. I'm going to go and set the rest of my face, apply the rest of my products, and I'll come back to you guys and say how each of them performed. I know how Estee Lauder works. I've used it for so many years, but the new pennies one, I'll be able to kind of elaborate a little bit more on how products sit on top of it, etc. But I'm shook. I'm very impressed. And this could be a new ride or die for me. Who knows? Okay guys, I'll see you in a little bit once I have the rest of my face done and we'll discuss in detail everything. So guys, I'm just back from my first kind of like check-in, I guess, just to show you exactly what the foundation looks like now that all my products are sitting on top of it. Products went on the penny side just as well as they went on the Estee Lauder side. Just like my Estee Lauder, the penny side is not clinging to any dry patches. I don't have massive dry patches. I have oily skin, as you guys know, but it's not clinging to any dryness on my skin because my skin is a little bit dehydrated at the moment. I think it's just the weather. It's so cold. I don't know what else it could be because I'm drinking tons and tons of water. My skin looks great on the penny side. I am adoring this foundation. It looks flawless. I really honestly couldn't tell the difference. I don't know if you guys could tell the difference. Oh my god, I knew I forgot something. I forgot to fill in my eyebrows. Oh my god, I'll be back in a moment. I knew something was a little off and I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, what's going wrong with my makeup today? No eyebrows. Ashley, you crazy girl. Foundation looks amazing. It's currently 3:05, so it's been on an hour and we will come back throughout the day and see how we're getting on. I'm going to film a pennies haul right now. enough pennies videos probably to do you as a lifetime, and I'll check in with you guys later on. And I'm just so shook and happy with this foundation. Hey guys, so I'm just back here for my second last update of the night. It is currently 8:33. So this foundation has been on for 7.5 hours on both sides, obviously, and I am really impressed with the pennies foundation. Guys, it's looking almost identical to the Estee Lauder. Like, you really wouldn't be able to tell a difference at this time of the night. Like I said, I've had my foundation on for 7.5 hours. I've just had dinner and I'm drinking coffee currently. And to be honest, I can't really tell much of a difference in the viewfinder. I'm just going to look in a little mirror. I need a mirror. You think I'd organize myself a little bit better and have a mirror first. I'm a little bit oily at this time, just around here. And I am noticing that the pennies one has sank a little bit more into my pores, so it's not as seamless as the Estee Lauder Double Wear. The Estee Lauder Double Wear just kind of like blurs over my pores, over my brow. Like, everything is looking pretty identical. There's no wearing away, nothing like that. It's looking pretty decent. I have never had a result like this from a pennies foundation. Anytime I wear a pennies foundation, or have done in the past, it tends to transfer a lot on my face. This hasn't transferred at all. I also feel like the pennies foundations don't last that long, and they definitely don't have this much coverage. So I am super impressed with this, and everything is still intact. If you can see, like, my contour and my highlight and everything, 7.5 hours in. Same with my Estee Lauder side. Estee Lauder always hands down wins when it comes to every foundation, but this one is really putting it to the test. This foundation is beating a lot of my drugstore foundations. It's beating an awful lot of foundations that I actually own because of the longevity I'm getting out of it. And I don't even get like this type of wear from a lot of foundations that I own, and I'm super impressed. I was wearing my glasses and it hasn't transferred on this side of my nose, and wouldn't transfer on the Estee Lauder side because it's pretty transfer resistant. Quite happy at this point in the day, and I'm going to come back in a few more hours and see how the wear is. I'm just going to do a little bit of a blot. Hang on, I'll get my blotting sheet. So I'll just do the oil test. And we'll do the Estee Lauder side. I feel like this side is not as sticky. I don't feel it as sticky with the blotting sheet. So that's the oils from both. I don't know if you can see. It's pretty much of a muchness, actually, to be honest. It's not that much. Like, I've definitely been super oily from other foundations so early on, not even 7.5 hours in. So this is doing a pretty good job, both foundations. And I'm gonna go now because I'm gonna finish up my coffee. I'm gonna start editing this video. I'll see you guys later. Hi guys, so I'm back for my final update. It is currently 11:55, so 5 to midnight. What time did we start this? At 2? Foundation's been roughly on for about 10 or 11 hours, and this is what it's looking like now at the end of the day. Estee Lauder side still holding up, still holding good, and like I've said to you before, anytime I talk about this foundation, Estee Lauder, I have slept in this and it still looked okay in the morning. This side, pretty impressed, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this foundation looks incredible, but it hasn't transferred anywhere. It hasn't budged or moved. I've been editing all evening, so I've been leaning on my hands, like especially this side, and it's looking pretty decent. I'm actually shook. I don't think there's any hiding this close. You guys can kind of see everything on my face and my oils, just a little bit of cakiness here. My skin's not the best at the moment. I spoke about that earlier today, just like it's a bit dehydrated and it's just not epic. I think up close and personal, both these foundations are looking sweet. I don't have a huge amount to report on. Like, usually I'd be like, oh, it's come off here and it's rubbed off around here, but I have nothing to say. Everything has stayed intact on my face. I'm actually really surprised. I was expecting to come on camera at this hour and be like, this foundation is rubbish, but The proof is in the pudding. How many times have I come on camera at this time, like after wearing a foundation for 10 or 11 hours and been like, oh my god, my skin is so oily, my skin's a mess, it looks terrible. And I haven't even powdered my face at all since this morning. That's why I always say that the Estee Lauder Double Wear is just holy grail for me, because Estee Lauder Double Wear does not get too oily on me. I will always get oily. There's just no stopping it, but it doesn't get too oily on me at all. And you guys have seen from past first impressions of other foundations how disgraceful my skin looks at the end of the day. Guys, for €6, run out, go get it. I just wish that they brought this out in more colours. Please, pennies, bring this out for everyone. You need to bring out at least 30 shades because it'll just fly off the shelves. I'm super impressed with this. I will continue to wear this. I'm going to keep you updated on like if it gave me any breakouts or anything. Not obviously now because, you know, it's that time of the month and I'm going to get breakouts anyway. So I will try it again consistently throughout March and I will report back to you guys how this is performing on my skin. But I am so impressed, like so impressed. If your pennies has this, just grab it. This foundation is better than some of my high ends. Guys, I'm absolutely and utterly floored. Now I just feel like if pennies ever stopped making this, I would probably cry a little river, because I feel like it is amazing. This is even so good that it's a foundation I would probably wear in a night out. Okay guys, it's way past my bedtime. I'm gonna go take off this makeup. I'm going to hop in the shower and then I'm going to go to bed. You let me know your opinions, guys. Have you tried this foundation out? What do you think of it? I don't know if I want to say it's a dupe yet. I need to try it out a little bit longer, but I'm nearly gonna like almost stress that yeah, it is a dupe. What the hell? Usually when I see things like that online, I'm like, oh, that can't be real. Like, oh yeah, a dupe for Estee Lauder Double Wear. Yeah, right. I don't know. I think I'm eating my words right now. Guys, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you have a fantastic day or night, whatever time you're watching this. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you're not already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the little bell beside it so you can get notified when I upload. And I will talk to you in my next video. Mwah! Bye guys!